Morning students. Today we are going to start our chapter 3, that is fiber to fabric, है ना? So in this chapter we are going to study about the fibers and how these fibers get converted into fabrics. So first of all we should know that what do we mean by both the terms, that is the fiber and the fabric. Okay, so let us go to our first slide. In this slide we will see that what is the meaning of word fiber. Okay, so you have to read along with me. We wear clothes and these clothes are made up of fabrics. Okay, so students, the clothes that we wear, that clothes are made up of nothing but fabric. Okay, as you all know that we wear different kinds of cloth in different seasons, right? In summer we wear cotton cloths, while in winter we wear woolen cloths, right? And the cotton cloths and the woolen cloths, both that cloths are of different kind of fabric, right? So the our cloths are made up of fabric. Okay, and where do we get this fabric from? This fabric we get from fibers. Okay, so these fibers are used to make the fabrics, and that fabrics are used to make our clothes. Okay, for example, as you can see in the diagram here, we are having a cotton, right? This cotton is nothing but a fiber, and this fiber is used to make a fabric, as you can see in the second diagram, and then this fabric is used to make a cloth. Okay students, so in this way our fiber get converted into fabric, and that fabric is get converted into the final cloth. Okay, so in this way we will get our cloth with the help of the fiber. Now, there are two types of fiber: natural fiber and synthetic fiber. One by one, we will discuss that what are natural fibers and what are synthetic fibers. Okay, so as its name suggests, natural fiber is something which we get from nature, right? So the natural fibers are those fibers which we get from nature. Okay, the fibers which are obtained from nature are called natural fibers. For example, wool, cotton, etc. Students, as you all know that wool we get from different kind of animals, right? Like sheep, goat, camel, yak. All these animals are used to get wool from, right? And the cotton we get from the plant, as you can see in this diagram. This is the cotton plant, and we get cotton from a plant. So the animals and the plants both are natural resources, right? So the natural resources, when natural resources gives us the fiber, then that fibers are called natural fibers. Example, wool and cotton. Okay, now what are artificial fibers? Artificial fibers are those which we do not get from nature, but the fibers which are made by human beings are called artificial fibers, right? Students, artificial fiber and synthetic fiber is the same thing. Artificial fiber are also known as synthetic fiber. Okay, so the fibers which are not given to us by nature but are made by human beings are called artificial fibers. Okay, the fibers that are made by us, that is the human beings, are synthetic fibers or the artificial fibers. For example, the rayon, acrylic, etc. As you can see in the diagram, this cloth is made up of a substance called rayon, and that rayon is made up of wood pulp. Okay, so we that the human beings have prepared the rayon, right? So that's why rayon is a artificial fiber. Similarly, in the second diagram you can see the rolls of the threads, that threads are of made up of acrylic, okay, and that acrylic is also made by human beings. That's why it is also called that's why it is a artificial fiber. Okay students, so I hope you might have understood that the fibers that we get from nature are called natural fibers, while the fibers which are made by the human beings are called artificial fibers. Okay, now first of all we will discuss that from where we get the natural fibers. Okay, and in that natural fibers, first of all we will discuss wool. Okay, so uh, wool is used to make woolen cloths, right? As you all know that the woolen cloths that we wear are made up of nothing but wool, है ना? And it is soft. You all know that our the sweaters, shawls, blankets, they are very soft, they are thick so that they can protect us from winter. They are durable, elastic and wrinkle resistance. Okay, durable means they are long running, they are elastic means it is comfortable to wear them, and they are wrinkle resistance. As you know that there your sweaters, shawls, etc are wrinkle resistance, there will not be any wrinkle in all that things, right? Because they are made up of wool, and wool is a wrinkle resistance material. Okay, now students, you have to read along with me all the points. The fleece of sheep, goat, yak is spun to make yarn. The yarn is then woven to make the cloths. Okay, you know that first of all we will get the wool from different kind of animals, and that animals are sheep, goat, yak, right? We get wool from the hairs of all these animals. The hairs of all these animals are spun to make yarn. Okay, spun is a process which we have to follow to make the hairs of animals into wool. Okay, and then yarn is then woven to make the cloths. Okay, the woolen cloths are made up of the hairs of these animals, and to make that cloths we have to first make the yarn, and then that yarn is made to be woven so that we can make clothes from that. Okay, now the second point is that the wool is an insulator, so it is used in winter. What is the meaning of word insulator? Insulator is something which is bad conductor of heat, which can protect us from heat. Okay, so as we know that wool is an insulator, as it protect us from heat, so it is used in winter, right? In winter the temperature is very low, so we need to protect ourselves from the cold, and for that we use the woolen cloths, that is the sweaters, shawls, blankets, etc. Okay, now major wool producing states are Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Gujarat and Haryana. In India, the major wool producing states are these. You have to learn the name of all these states. Okay, now the last point is the wool protect us from UV rays also. Students, you know that the rays that are coming from sun to us contain some harmful rays, and that harmful rays are called UV rays, that is ultraviolet rays. Okay, so the pure wool protect us from that harmful rays also, and that harmful rays are called as UV rays. Okay, so these are some of the few points about wool that you have to learn. Now the next point is animals that yield wool. We are going to study about the animals from which we can get wool. Okay, so sheep, goat, rabbit, camel and yak, these are a few of the animals from which gives us wool. So one by one we will study about all the five animals given here. Okay, First of all, ship. As you can see in the diagram, the hairs of the ship here, right? The hairs of the ship are used to make the wool. Ship has a thick coat of fleece on its body. As you can see that in this diagram, that there is a ship and it has a very long hairs, right, here and all over its body. This thick coat of fleece on its body is used to get wool. Okay, one by one you have to study all these points along with me. Okay, so read along with me. Ship has two types of fibers that forms its fleece. Okay, so the hairs that you can see on the body of the ship now, that hairs are of two types. The outer hairs is the coarse beard hair, while the inner one is the fine and soft. The outer hairs are coarse, means they are rough. Okay, they have the dust particles and the other impurities in them. But the hairs that are inner hairs, they are very fine and very soft. Okay, the inner hairs are used to produce wool. Okay, the hairs that are inner side of the shape are basically used to produce wool, while the outer hairs are used for other purposes. Okay, the average lifespan of a ship is about 7 years. Okay, uh, normally the ship can live for 7 years only. Okay, it can survive in dry and cold climate. Usually ship can survive in dry and cold climate, the areas which are dry and which are cold, like Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Jammu Kashmir, all that. Different kinds of ship produce different qualities of wool. It is not like that all the kind of ship provide us all kind the same kind of wool. Okay, there are a few ships which provide us different very special kind of wool which has a very special qualities, and a few wool are so costly that they are so special, and because they are so special and so rare to found them. Okay, Australian Merino sheep produces the highest quality wool. The name given here, Australian Merino, this name you have to learn. It is a sheep from Australia, and this is the sheep whose wool is of highest quality. It is the most expensive wool in the world. Okay, and this ship belongs to Australia. So students, you have to learn this thing. Okay, now the next animal that we are going to study is goat. Wool is obtained from the hairs of goat also. The first animal that we have studied is sheep. Now the next animal that we are going to study is goat. As you can see in the diagram, students, that these goats have so many hairs on its body. These hairs are spun to make the yarns, and then the yarn is woven to make the wool. Okay, so we get wool from goats also. Now, what is the specialty of the goats? We are going to study that one by one. Common goat breeds are Kashmiri, Gaddi, Chamba, and Angora. Okay, the most common breeds of goat which can give us wool are Kashmiri, Gaddi, Chamba, and Angora. As you have seen that not all the goats have hair on its body, right? Some of the goats do not have so much hair that we can produce wool from them, but only a few uh, goats are there whose hair can be used to produce wool, and some of that breeds are Kashmiri, Gaddi, Chamba, and Angora. Okay, so learn the name of all the breeds. Next is, these goats are found in high plateau of Asia. Where do we get these goats? These goats found in some specific area only, and that area is where the plateaus of Asia. Okay, we can find these goats in the plateaus of Asia. Mohair is fleece of Angora goat found in hilly areas of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, mohair is the fleece of Angora goat. Angora is a breed of goat which is found in the areas of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, Angora is the goat. Uh, and where we can find this goat? We can find this goat in Jammu and Kashmir. And the fleece means the hairs of this goat is named as Angora. Sorry, mohair. Okay. The under fur of Kashmiri goat is soft. The fur which are close to the body, to the skin of Kashmiri, that is the inner hairs of the Kashmiri goat, are very soft and is used to produce Kashmiri wool. Okay. The under fur of Kashmiri goats are used to produce Kashmiri wool. It is woven into shawls called pashmina shawls. Okay, the hairs of Kashmiri goat is used to make Kashmiri wool, and with the help of Kashmiri wool we can make the pashmina shawls. Pashmina shawls are very expensive. Okay, these are so costly because they have very rare qualities which are not which we cannot find in any of the wool. Okay, these are very special and that's why they are very expensive as well. Kashmiri wool command highest price in the world. Okay, the Kashmiri wool is the highest most expensive wool in the whole world. Okay, so you students, you have to learn all these points. Now the next animal that we are going to study about is rabbit. Okay, wool obtained from rabbit hair is very soft. As you can see in the figure, the rabbit has hairs on its body and that hairs are used to get wool, and the wool got from rabbit's body is very soft. Okay, now the one by one we will read all the points. The Angora rabbit yield a very fine, long and soft wool. The Angora is the name of rabbit, and this breed of rabbit forms yields a very fine, long and soft wool. Okay, these wool fibers are available in less amount and are expensive. As this wool is very rare, right? It is not easy to find that wool, so this wool is very expensive. They are usually mixed with sheep's wool, silk or nylon. This wool is mixed with the other kind of wools, that is the sheep's wool, sheep's wool, silk and nylon to make the woolen cloths like the sweaters, shawls, blankets, etc. Okay, as they are so expensive, so we cannot afford them to use pure in pure form, so that's why they are combined with the other kind of wools. Okay, now the next is camel. Camel hair is also used to produce wool. As you can see in the figure, the camel has hair on its body and these hairs are used for to make wool. Okay, one by one we will study the points. The male camel yield is about 12 to 15 kg and a female camel produce about 6 kg to 8 kg of wool in an year. A male camel can produce 12 to 15 kg. ओके, द मेल जो मेल कैमल्स होते हैं वो एक साल में कितना वूल प्रोड्यूस करते हैं? 12 to 15 kgs, while the female camels can produce 6 to 8 kg of wool in an year. Okay, the female camels can produce 6 to 8 kgs of wool in an year. Now alpaca and llama camels found in South America and yield wool which is very soft, fine, warm, lustrous, and provide insulation and protection from heat. These are the two breeds of camel that are found in South America, which provide the very soft, very fine, soft, warm, lustrous, and insulation and protection from heat. Okay, so students, you have to learn the name of both the breeds of camel. Okay, now one by one we will study about okay, students, what is the meaning of word lustrous here? lustrous का मतलब होता है चमकना. तो जो वुल होता है इन ब्रीड्स ऑफ कैमल का, that is very shiny. Okay, and insulation का मतलब I have already told you that something which is bad conductor of heat that protect us from heat, that is called insulation. Okay, now the last animal that we are going to study today is yak. Okay, the yak look like this. See in the figure, the yak has very long hair on its body, and these hairs are used to get wool. Okay, yak live in mountainous region. As you can see that here is ice, right? Ice all around. So the yak live in only the mountainous region where like Tibet and Ladakh. Okay, they are not found everywhere. They are found at some special places only, like Tibet, Ladakh. है ना? They can be found in a proper specific climate. Their undercoat is quite soft, producing silky wool which is lustrous. The inner hairs of yak are very soft, and they are used to produce the wool that is very silky and which is very lustrous. The meaning of lustrous I have told you right now only. Lustrous means shiny. Okay, so the wool we get from yak is very shiny and lustrous. Okay, so in our today's lecture we have studied about the fibers, the types of fibers, and the animals which provide us wool, right? So that's all for today's session, students. The further topics we will study in the next lectures. Okay, thank you.